Alright, bet. Alright. What is going on, motherfuckers? It is Friday, NFT Friday. Big day today, honestly. Crazy kind of day. Um, we got a interesting recap to go over. So going into the market, I was looking at Nasdaq. I was looking at, are we interested in taking this buy side? We had this larger time from SMT right off rip. Are we willing to continue up and take some of this buy side? But it wouldn't make sense with my weekly bias, which is going lower. So I was kind of conflicted. I was conflicted. And I ended up not taking anything here, as there was nothing presented to the short. And once we broke below our weekly wick 0.25, I was comfortable with saying, okay, price is going to be going pretty low. However, if we go on to E-mini S&P, that is where we find our 2 for value gap set up right at the high up here. And then that would take us lower into this sell side, that sell side. But once again, I did not expect ES to be the better setup because of the fact of it being stronger than Nasdaq, and Nasdaq was weaker, didn't take all-time highs. So yeah, that was a little confusing. But now we get into the actual trade of the day. So I was basically expecting a London close macro, something in relation to this double 15-minute fair value gap. I want to see price potentially come up into this fair value gap and start to work lower. However, when I go into this shorter time frame, we see that was kind of almost out of reach for that time in the session. So this is where I go to, not NQ, but the top step. And this is the trade idea. So we're just dumping and we're dumping. People, as soon as we have some form of bullet buying pressure, some sort of resistance, we are going to, I'm going to identify that as manipulation. And people are going to be buying that up. So in this case, we had this entire 1 minute leg up, which is 4 up close candles after we just melted for the whole morning, that were pretty strong. And I'm looking at this small time frame, 30-second. What can I find here? It's in the macro time. I only took this trade because it was in the macro time. There was no other reason why. If you look here, we have a break of structure downside, and then we get our break of structure back to the upside when we close above this candle and this candle right here. So this is now one big bearish order block. And you see break right here, we respect it once, and then we break lower. The macro comes in at 1050. That's when we start to spool. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for a liquidity sweep in an order block, then give me a double for rally gap. And what happened? We have this high that's in this order block, this entire order block right here. This high that's in the order block, we swept that high. So I was like, okay, let's look for some shorts now. I want to see, I don't even need to see a rejection on like the 1 minute time frame or any of that stuff. I just want to see a 2 for value gap set up on the smaller time frame. So 30-second obviously was not there, but 15-second was much better. So right here, we get our up close, down close. So this is our order block. We close below, we come back in. This is our propulsion block now. So price respects this propulsion block and goes lower. We get in our first fair value gap. That's the breakaway gap because it's off of that propulsion block. That's why it's a breakaway. And then we get our second fair value gap down here, and we get our fair value gap rejection. So then it would look like that, and then it was like that. And then targeting, I believe it was right there. It was right foot. It was lame as fuck. Yeah, so I put on one con there, about $200 stop loss, and then I added another contract. Once we invalidated this 30-second, or not 30-second, this 1 minute double fair value gap, once we invalidated that, I entered again. And then took one off there, and then break even was literally one tick above this high, and then it came up, tapped into our breaker block that took us higher. So this is the down move that propelled us to take out this liquidity. So this is now going to be used as a breaker block. We get below it, we barely edge my fucking take profit, and then we edge my break even, and then I just take manual profit at like 5.9 because I'm like, it's just like, it was fucked up. So basically the trade looked like this. It was like that. But not a bad day, you know, not a bad day. I liked how today went. The week, let's go over the week real quick. So on this account, I'm at $500 for the week. My XFAs are down 200 for the week. So, I'm going to copy trade next week, all the accounts at the same time, same risk, everything the same. I'm gonna be risking about $300 per trade, or no, $250 per trade. That gives me $500 max loss on the day. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, because I want to do that. You know, I just want to do that. You know, up this risk. If you look on the combine, we were three for well, I guess that $600 loss is kind of a crash out. But the 152 win, then you know, taking a $500 loss, and then losing another $600. This was already what was it by this time? Yeah, I was already down $600 total on the account. Basically, a little more than 600. And then yeah, we had 2 days that basically brought us back from the dead, and then now we're up about 475, and that 475 is what I literally made in a week last week. Like, yeah, right here. If I just up the risk on all these, then we're good. Like, maybe you know, NFP week, I guess I didn't really want to risk and be, you know, overextended in the market. But yeah, you know, I'm not mad about this week. Not mad at all. Basically break even. You know, up $100 on the expresses, up on the challenge. So, you know, what else can I you know, not like about this? Yeah, there's really nothing else about it though. This Friday price action is just looking absolutely goofy. I'm looking to see if we want to go a little higher, low key. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm being degenerate, but we have a double fair rally gap, like right here, and the upper one got tapped into, so that's why I go down some like lower time frame like this. 30-second, there's nothing. 15-second, there's 3, so that gets invalidated, and then on the 5-second, there's nothing. So I would have to wait for this. Like, in this situation, I would be thinking, okay, order block, breaker, or potentially even go lower again, take out more liquidity, and then go higher. Just give me like 3 seconds, bro. What do you even want?